Okay, so welcome to eXp Explain. My name is Jonathan Woods. I've been at eXp for 4.5 years. This is the short form version. I've got a long form version as well, which is on YouTube. So please do listen to that if you're interested in getting a little bit more detail. So just going to go through this very quickly. So eXp Explained. Let's start from the top. eXp is the most agent-centric estate agency business on the planet. It's at 87,000 agents globally across 29 countries of the world. Started in the US, moved over to Canada, and then to the UK in 2019. You can see, start off here, as I said, it's now in 29 countries. This is set up in 2024. We're in the Far East, it's in the Middle East, in Dubai, it's in Africa, in most of Europe and North America, and also parts of Central and South America. So global reach, one of the big things that people don't realise is that obviously we do have contacts across the globe. So if you're interested in international referrals and travelling the world and meeting different people, we have that access across 29 countries in the world. And I receive referrals from Dubai, from India, and from America. And if you have clients that want to transact in those countries, then you have the opportunity to do so. We're not just a small boutique UK agency. Set up by Glenn Sanford in 2009. It was the first cloud-based estate agency to grow, to be brought into the world, and that was in 2009, and then it gradually has grown and expanded across countries of the world. Adam Day was the guy who set it up in the UK. Adam is an extremely fantastic guy who's brilliant operationally and also visionary for the UK, and been very supportive through my business. He's got great credentials, as you can see on the screen there, and continues now to be the expansion leader for Europe and beyond. So the challenge was really to bring in an opportunity for people to start their own business. Our industry is either sort of low pay, low service, but also the route to entry for business ownership has always been extremely difficult, either through extreme capital outlay to start up a branch, or just going in through the sort of the lower end at the bottom of the market, or on the listing side of things, with the sort of full online offerings that are available. The solution was eXp, came along, gave people estate agency in a box, the ability to be able to grow a business with extremely low overhead, with a fantastic backing of a global brokerage firm that gives us all the tools that we need to have to be able to run an estate agency business with extreme low overhead. Key points of this is that it's your business. You work when you want. You own it. You don't work for eXp. You work for yourself. You are named as yourself. So this one says Edward Peters. I'd be Jonathan Woods. And you can see here it says Edward Peters, or it would say Jonathan Woods, eXp. So name, broker first, brokerage second. Anywhere else you look at, you'll see it's brokerage first. Huge letters here. And at best, your name will be down here in the corner with maybe with a photo, maybe even not. And in some cases, actually nothing at all. So you've just got the brokerage here and you kind of are in the background. That's not building a personal brand. You're not building a business. You're not building residual and recurrent income. What this does is eXp gives you forefront and center. So it's you, it's your business, no one else's. No one manages you, no one is your boss, no one's giving you KPIs, you don't have any royalties, you've got no sort of expectation over production, not going to get an annual review and whether you're producing, and also no one's going to chase after you. If you decide you want to run a lifestyle business, you want to do one sale a year, that's fine. You want to do 2, 10, 100, doesn't matter. No one sets you fees, and it's all a level playing field. Everyone receives the same amount. Production depends on what, doesn't matter whether you're a top level agent, small level agent, everyone does 70% level playing field. You set your own fees, you charge what you want. You can become an owner, you can become part of the whole eXp 89,000 broker, £1.5 billion market cap company buying into shares, and also we have a recurrent lifetime revenue stream through revenue share. Lots of good things that you get. So local CRM, we use Loop. We've got marketing platforms. We've got the country portals, so Rightmove and Zoopla, and on the market. And eXp have the economy of scale. Huge amounts of investment, lots and lots of buying power. We get lots of things subsidised at really good rates. You can work from anywhere you want. You've got an online platform. You can sort of travel the world, open your laptop and keep your business running. You also have it available on your phone through the Loop app, which means that you can get pings. Say you've got new buyers, inquiries. You can access all of your contacts and your clients and manage it very, very seamlessly. And it's a brilliant platform. Training development, we've got some great training opportunities that are set up through the eXp University, which are all available online, but also within the org, our organisation that we've built. We have some really, really good, amazing agents that are all willing to give you time. We also put on quarterly mastermind events that help you to grow your business, and we can help you directly with lead generation, prospecting, social media, and all the different aspects of running a business, because we've walked the walk and talked the talk and made it successful. Compliance, really important to have good solid compliance. You are in partner with eXp and they give you the tools and platforms that you need to be able to make sure that you're compliant, from AML, making sure you do your PEP checks, your sanctions checks for lettings, e-signing, also debt collection and chasing up for non-payment. It's very rare that it happens, but at least you have corporate backing from that should they not pay, because it's obviously eXp's money as well as yours. So all of that is provided as part of your subscription. Lettings is available for those that are into lettings. For those of you who know me, was also into lettings, but I also buy and sell property, which I rent out. You can start to build up your own personal portfolio. We have the same split at 70-30, and that all goes towards your cap, which we'll talk about in a second. And lettings is a really good way of building up a residual income. We use Loop as a CRM system. This is a fantastic platform. It enables you to be able to do your system, run your business correctly, drag and drop photos, do anything that you require that needs to do very, very simply. I've worked with lots of CRM systems in my past, and it is a very, very good way of running your sales business. Lead generation, we have our own ways of doing that through social media. There are aspects that you can do through Loop with prospecting, and they allows you to collect data, and it gives you a way to target different properties on the market at different times and send out letters directly through the Loop system. As I said, to start with, you get Rightmove and Zoopla and on the market, all three portals, extremely expensive. This is all forward purchased for you. So from the outset, you're not building up a recurrent bill. You have the ability to go out, find your listings, and this bill will be paid for. So from the moment that you sign up and you get signed off on compliance, you're given Loop and access to these very expensive portals to market your properties. And this gives you a really good way of maximizing your runway, so you can get out there doing what you do best, getting listings, selling them without having to worry about big overheads and cost. But also, as you become more successful, it enables you to be able to take time out of your business to be able to go on holiday and also absorb fall throughs more effectively without having to worry about huge bills. We also have call answering included, so that's through MoneyPenny. If someone calls one of your listings, you have someone, a human, to pick up the call, take that data, and then email you with the details for you to then call them back. That is extremely, again, very expensive and forward purchased and not paid for from the outset. Home Hunter I'm not going to talk about on this call, but on this video, but we do have other platforms that allow you to be able to go through lead generation. We also now have Canva Pro, which is included as part of your subscription service. That gives you the ability to do lots of graphic design for social media and for print. Collaboration tools, again, this was done in 2024. We've now moved on from Workplace, have been shut down by Meta, but we now have Slack as a ability to be able to communicate with agents throughout the world. And we're also working through on a bespoke in-house version of that. The World is a digital platform to be able to communicate and to book meetings, to go to see parts of HQ. If you want to go to the IT system, you can go and walk into it as an avatar and actually sit in an office behind people and actually get a conversation running from that. Global co-working through Regus. This is an underestimated or underappreciated benefit of having an eXp subscription, and that is to be able to access co-working spaces throughout the world. I work out of the Battersea Power Station, Regus, which is very, very salubrious and very nice. It's good to meet clients and a good place to work. And then also you have the access to it worldwide. So you can go into I've been to Las Vegas, to New York, and various other places, and you can access all of these offices and have them as a good co-working space. Support and community. This is really fun. Lots of different conferences that are put on. When I say conference in the UK, it sounds really boring, but the UK's across the globe, they're just so exciting, so engaging. Lots and lots of shared knowledge. Good to meet and network with your fellow brokers, and really good socially as well. We had a great for Christmas party this year with Jimmy Carr at the Dorchester. Absolutely brilliant event. And this is not just the UK, but we have them across the globe. So this year I'm going to South Africa. We've got one in Paris. There's also one in Utah and Salt Lake City. And there's also one in Vancouver. So this is all about the movement. It's all about the revolution and the change in our industry and being part of something that's bigger than just yourself. Every eXp agent that I speak to is fantastic and collaborative and always wants to sort of, is really excited to talk about what they're doing and how they're building it, but also the collaboration and being part of the future, and it's something brand new and something that's gaining huge momentum and credence across the country. You also have an opportunity, if you wish, at some point, if you hit the criteria, to be able to set up a team, and that gives you your own personal brand, not just your name. If you wish to call it whatever that name is that you come up with, you can use that and build up a team that is directly yours and have your own Rightmove profile separate to the standard eXp name. That gives differentiation and also the ability to build a brokerage within a brokerage. This is really exciting for people that have a growth mindset. You have to hit certain criteria to be able to do that, but it gives you a good opportunity to build it and differentiate yourself from others. Luxury, for those that work in the luxury space, we have a provision for that to give you better marketing and international access. Marketing systems, business cards, heading templates, social media content, that's provided as well. If you wish to use it, you can design your own, of course, as long as it was compliant and uses the correct logos. Networking, I spoke about going internationally already, but lots of opportunities to do that. I'm going to go through these slides quickly for the short one, but it's just an outline that eXp does have a responsibility to both diversity and to charitable incentives. And the same with community engagement, empowerment, stewardship, and ethical conduct. Splits, 70-30. Simplified, I'm going to use the £10,000 deal as a metric just for the ease of maths, whether that's where you are regionally, that may be a high fee, maybe a low fee, who knows. But just to explain it, £10,000 fee, 7,000 goes to you, 70%. When I was on the high street, I got 10%, 5% as a manager, maybe even less. Here you're getting 70% of that deal. So £7,000 would go to you, 3,000 goes to eXp, and that is obviously their money. And you pay £150 per calendar month for all the things I've just mentioned. If you do lettings, it's 210, including VAT. If you're VAT registered, you claim that back, so it's 125 and 175 respectively. The commission split at 70-30 is capped. And when they say cap, what that means is that when you reach a certain threshold, which is £24,000 in commission paid to eXp, that equates to 80,000 revenue. So when you have commissioned £80,000 worth of revenue split at 70-30, you would have received 56,000, eXp would have received 24,000. That now means that you move on to 100% comms. So from that point onwards, you would receive 100% commission. So that same £10,000 fee, you would receive 9,750 because it is minus a £250 transaction fee. So that is for the rest of your anniversary year, meaning the year that you started. My resets every September. This year I capped in 2 months. That means for 10 months of the year, I will receive 100% commission. As you can imagine, once you get into sort of capping into year 2 and 3 and onwards, if you are a producing agent, the upside of it is phenomenal. This is really important. If you're commissioning your brokerage or you're thinking about joining does not have a cap, if you are planning on being a top producer, you will be subsidizing those that aren't. This is a level playing field. If you are a top producer, you receive the upside of your efforts. You're not subsidizing other people and you're not keeping the brokerage open by your efforts. Equal equity opportunities. This is in respect to the AEP program. Third revenue stream, we have 3. Sales, 1. Lettings, 2. Third, equity. eXp is traded on the NASDAQ, currently at £1.5 billion market cap, huge company in 29 countries of the world. You have the opportunity to be a shareholder within that from the outset, so you don't need to make partner. You don't need to be sort of in the boss's pocket to be able to get shares in the company or reach huge amounts of promotion. You can be an equity partner from the outset by being part of the equity share program. You also have the opportunity to the 4th revenue stream, which is revenue share, which we'll touch on in a second. So digital income, so equity get awards as well. So you can put in 5% of your 5% of your commissions that you earn. So if you do that £10,000 deal we spoke about a minute ago, £500 would go into purchasing eXp stock at 5% below market value. So if it's trading at $10, you get it for 9.5, and that is cashable investment. So you can remove that whenever you want. If you wanted to realise and crystallise that stock to buy something or to pay off whatever you wanted to utilise it for. You also get gifted stock, so you get £160 for the XPI stock for first sale completion every year. You also get £320 for when you cap, and you get £320 for attracting other agents every time you bring someone in. And then if you're a top producer, if you do 400 grand GCI or you do 50 deals above the cap, you would receive £16,000 in available stock, which is quite amazing. That's split up in this, so you get 8,000 off the bat, and then you need to hit certain requirements. You need to go and go to events and give back to the community, and then you get given the rest of it, which is really nice if that's what you're going to do. The 4th revenue stream, I'm going to go to this slide first because it's about revenue share. This is a a share program that gives you revenue for people who engage in growth. So if you want to build a business and you want to build your lettings and your sales and you're doing really well, you might at some point find that other people are inspired by what you do. And therefore they have an interest in joining eXp. If you engage in, if you're part of that, if you attract an agent and they join, and then you help them to grow and do their business and become successful. If and when they transact, they're going back to that £10,000 deal, they still get their 70/30 as everyone does. So 7,000 goes to the eXp broker, so they get exactly what they're entitled to. But the £3,000, which is eXp's money, they don't take it all for themselves. Most brokerages would take it all from themselves and have their expenditure, and then they take their profit. What eXp do is they share 50% of this revenue back to the introducing broker. So they'll take this 30%, this is £3,000 on that £10,000 deal. They hold 10,000 back as a reserve. 2,000 here, 20% gets split in half. Half goes to them, so 1,000 to them. The other half goes into a revenue share pool. And that pool is split up in this way. So I introduce someone into the business and they do a £10,000 deal. I would receive 17.5% of that revenue share pool. So bearing in mind, this is not a parasitic relationship. I'm not taking money out of anyone's pocket. eXp have just chosen to share 50% of their profit back to, or their revenue back to eXp brokers who have engaged in growth. So if I bring in 4 agents, I'd get 17.5% of their of eXp's money that has been generated by their production. And then this cascades down. So what that means is that if, say, I introduce one person and that person introduces 2 more, well, I would get 19.5% on that. So what it does is it incentivizes people to assist in growth and to help to grow the brokerage. And that's how it's grown. I got into this very early at the start. When I started out, I was agent number, I think, 3 or 4 in London. And through my work and also the work of all of the other people that have been part of the organisation, we've now grown to over 140 agents across London and the UK. That means that I now have a revenue share group of 140, which obviously all of those will then generate revenue, which then comes part and is shared between myself and the introducing brokers. This is how it works. Obviously, I'm here. If I introduce one agent here, one agent here, one agent here, one agent here, that's 5 on my tier 1. This person knows one person, brings in one person. This person doesn't know anyone or doesn't engage in it and just wants to do their business, which is absolutely fine. They continue. This person he knows 3 people, so he brings in this one, this one, this one. And this one just stays by himself, and this one brings in 2. So I've got 5 here, and I've got 5 here. So those 5 have brought in 5. I've now got 10 agents that are all creating revenue for eXp, which is then shared back to me. So basically what this does is it gives you the opportunity to be the CEO of your own business or a large agency and grow an internal or a brokerage within a brokerage. Frequently asked questions, I'll run through these very quickly. Can I join with no experience? No, you can't. You have to have 2 years worth of agency experience. If you have less than that, and you are interested in joining, you can do this via a team. That would be down to the team leader's discretion. But you need to suit for a team leader. I'm a team leader. I'll be running a team, and there are a few others as well. So if you do are interested in that, we can have a conversation. But it usually means that you do need to have 2 years worth of experience if you want to go solo. Are there territories? No. You can sell or rent wherever you want in the UK and also globally via referral. You can't sell in 2 countries, but you can refer it out. Are you tied into a minimum time? No. There's no royalty. There's no expectation. It's your data. You own it. You want to leave? You take your sales pipeline. eXp will pay you out on that. I know a lot of corporates, if you've got a big pipeline and you leave, they keep it, which is horrific. Conveyancing and various other sundry referrals. If you use the eXp's partners, that will go towards your split, your comms, cap. But if not, then you can utilise any solicitors and mortgage providers that you want. And if you want to retain receive referral fees for that, then you can. Initial setup, a lot of people ask this. We'll do a more in-depth video on this, but the costs for your compliance would be registering with AML HMRC, which I believe is about $450. TPO is about $350-ish. ICA is £30. You'll need a DBS check. All in all, it's about $1,500 to $2,000 roughly to get going. After that, it's down to your personal burn rate. How much money do you think you need to keep it going? Well, look, that's firstly down your personal burn rate is your expenditure on your rent, mortgage, lifestyle. That's separate to your business. Social media is free. You need to print some letters maybe and go out and put some sort of graft in and handing those out. Some people come with a massive budget and want to pump out loads of things on things like ads and various other things, but other people don't. I was very conservative, didn't have a huge amount of marketing budget, but remember, social media is free. Finally, will I be successful? Well, yes, if you put the work in. But also, more importantly, that you also need to make sure that you are partnering with the right people. Make sure you've got the right mentors, the right sponsor. If you've been sent this video by someone else, make sure you speak out to them. And hopefully, if they're sending my video, that they'll be connected to me. If you're watching this on YouTube and you've seen it via search, please do book a call. I'll put in my calendar to be able to book in with me. If not, you can email me or you can find me on social media, on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, and send me a message. But yeah, if you've been sent this by someone else, obviously please reach out to them and they can show you how to go to the next steps. We've got a great podcast to listen to if you want to listen to a bit more content from some further brokers. But if you want some more information, then please reach out to any of us, and we'd be more than happy to help. If you want to go for it, we can send you a link straight away to put it in your application, and then you'll be contacted by onboarding. Thank you for listening. I hope it's been of interest, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you out there.